My remote is broken, so we're gonna have to work it out. The X-Men. We're gonna figure something out. This is kind of what we with. I don't know if I want to make it like this. This is Wakanda Forever. That ain't us. X. Gonna figure it out. My boys. How are my boys doing? My boys, this is Party Academy. This is the yard. Patreon, I think I'm gonna call it the yard. Now it's gonna be headquarters, fraternity headquarters. Because this is where the work really gets done. This is where we get to we separate from everybody else. We get behind, like when I was on the yard as a Kappa, I would see Alphas, Qs, Sigmas, everybody else, and we would all exchange pleasantries, had our own rivalries, and you would even see other Kappas from other chapters from different universities around the country. But your home chapter, where you pledged, had a special place in your heart because that's your family. That's where you came through. That was your home chapter. This is home chapter. This is the headquarters. This is your home room. This is where we get behind in closed doors and we talk about stuff that happens on this yard. Not what happens at this college over there or that one over there. We talk about winning here, running the yard. The yard is the world. But right now, we got to talk. Think about when you were at college, whether you went or didn't. I'm assuming most of you guys went though. Every alpha you saw wasn't a master of the universe. There was some that were higher and some that were lower. I know when I went to OU, there were some alphas that were destined for greatness. And then there were some that just flunked out. Same thing with every organization. Did that make that man any less member of Alpha Phi Alpha? In my own chapter at OU, we had guys that were national football in Congress. They were actors, movie stars, musicians. They used to call us the celebrity chapter. Yeah, shout out Alan Roger Curry. He came up around in that 80s where a lot of noobs was in Hollywood and shit. But there was some people like Eddie and a lot of these other dudes that just fell through the cracks, didn't make it, didn't graduate from college, just fell off. I remember when I was in Wewoka one time, I ran into a dude. Wewoka's a little town in Oklahoma, and we all dressed in our fraternity colors standing outside a convenience store because we were doing something. And this homeless looking dude rolled up and he said this, "Family?" And one of the old heads said, "Oh, that's so-and-so. That's a frat brother of yours. He pledged back in 76. But this brother got hooked on that, got out of college. He had a career, but he got out of college and got hooked on crack. And Wewoka, Oklahoma. But he saw us in the late 80s and recognized that he was still a part of that fraternity. They couldn't save that brother. He saved himself, I will tell you that. But no matter what, the guys on the yard, his line brothers, his fraternity brothers on the campus, they couldn't save him. His family couldn't save him. Eventually, they had to let him work through his whole crack addiction, hit rock bottom, and decide he wanted to get better. That stuck with me. It reminded me that no matter where you're at, no matter what kind of opportunities you have, it's up to you to do something about them. And brother, I'm gonna tell you right now, you can't save everybody. I coach with men every day. And there are guys who make it, and there are guys who quit. That's just the reality. I'd be lying if I told you I had 100% ratio of people coming through life coaching or image coaching. No coach in the world can tell you that. It is up to the person to decide whether or not they want to fight to win. And let's talk about that. In your life, you're going to find that some people only want to fight to stay where they are. As a matter of fact, you really want to see what a person is like? See what happens when they're pressed. When people are under pressure, some people focus, some people fold. You, my brother, you need to find out who's with you, what they're made out of as soon as possible, and know what you need to do. You don't need your life surrounded by people who fold, because they'll leave you exposed. They're dangerous, especially for a man. You can like them, you can care about them, but you can't put them in positions of power. Like Fredo on The Godfather. Michael, Sonny, Fredo, minor tasks. And just like Fredo on The Godfather, they will turn on you because they will always see you doing better. They will feel like they should have what you have because you're family, because they're familiar. They make what you do seem easy, but they could never do it themselves. I'm telling you this because even as a coach, I'm telling you, I see this so many times that you gotta get yourself around the fact that success is going to make you a target. And that's good. Don't shy away from success. Don't say it's not worth it. What are you gonna do? Choose to be unsuccessful? Choose to just stay down at the bottom to where nobody notices you? That's a life wasted. Don't fret about the challenges. Learn to rise above them. Let me say that again. Don't fret about the challenges. Don't worry that it's going to be hard. Learn how to win. See, a lot of guys don't want to put the video game on super hard mode. They'd rather play it on easy mode with the cheat codes. But there's nothing fulfilling about winning on that. When you actually get in there and have to actually fight, then you feel accomplished. Most men don't want to fight. And you can't save a man who doesn't want to fight. What do you do with him? You leave him to his own design. You don't shit on him, but you don't feel guilty that you got to leave him behind. If we were on a battlefield and the enemy is shooting at us, we both got the same training and we got to run that way, and this man is too afraid to move, what are you going to do? Stand there with him? Talk to him? You're both going to die. You got to run. What if you can hit him over the head, knock him out, and drag him, then do that. But you can't save everybody. That's why I think so many of you guys need to get out and go volunteering, go work in a homeless shelter, go get around people and understand that not everybody wants to be a winner. I say the top 20%, we're really in the top 10%, fellas. I say 20% on YouTube because it sounds better, but it's really the top 10%. Top 10% of men are built differently. I said this on Instagram. What really fascinates me is the guys that you think are going to be the ones that are going to fold or the ones that surprise you. Kind of like Bruce Banner becomes the Incredible Hulk when he gets mad. There have been guys who I just had every reason in the world to fold. And when pressed, they finally got angry. But here's the thing, they got angry. They didn't get angry at me. They didn't get angry at the process. They didn't get angry at the situation. They got angry at their response. They got sick and tired of being sick and tired. And from there, they became their own superhero. Brother like that showed up in MIT Dallas. We had another, and I'm going to tell you, there are other guys. There'll be people in your life that when pressure, they're going to turn on the pressure. You're going to work with people when you're under pressure and it gets to be too much. Instead of rising to the challenge, they're going to start infighting. They're going to start blaming you, start blaming customers. Understand something. That is what 80 to 90% of people do. That's why we exist. To lead, to step up, to take charge. And when you do that, you don't do it by committee. You dominate, you delegate, you direct. You don't ask anybody, you tell them where they're going. They butt heads with you, you challenge them for supremacy. You back them down and you lead. That's who you are. And I need you to get okay with that. I need you to get okay with that in your mind, in your heart, and wear it like a badge of honor. Wear it. The world is waiting for you guys, my boys, to get out of academy and to get out there and lead. Even the guys who I'm talking about, that 80 to 90% over here, they're waiting for you to lead them. This is Leadership Academy, man. That's what it really comes down to. You cannot save everybody until you decide to save yourself and decide to lead. When you decide to lead, understand something. You got 100. You want to have all 100 make it from one side to another. But you know, just like I know, that's a perfect world and perfect don't happen. There will be breakage. Any military commander knows they're going to take losses, casualties. People will be lost along the way. As a leader, you got to separate. The enlisted men and officers got to stay separated. You got to stay separate so you can do what you need to do. You're going to be leading some people to their own demise. Some good people. Those are the ones that's going to bother you. But there are going to be some that if you allow them to, they will drag everybody down and you try to save them. You don't do the entire unit any good as the leader by trying to save that one person who drags you down. Because when they lose you as the leader, the entire unit's in jeopardy. You can't save everybody. Well, if you can't save everybody, big brother, you can't save everybody, kid, what do we do? You do the best you can. That's it. You do the best you can and you wipe your hands of it because every man has to make his own choice. You cannot feel guilty that you can't save everybody. You got to have a mentality like a cornerback. You get burned on a play, you got to come back. Think about if you were a surgeon and somebody died on your operating table. What, you going to give up, quit? What about the next person who needs that life-saving surgery? You're going to be too shit to do anything about them? You got to have human emotions. Yeah, but you got to keep on. And see, that's when we see who you really are. When that pressure is on, when you fail, when it's all up against the wall, do you focus or do you fold? Look for opportunities. I do. Always have. Look for opportunities in your life to jump into the fire. Feet first. Look for opportunities to take on the worst parts of things, to find out what kind of man you are, to challenge yourself. Don't wait for someone to challenge you. Challenge yourself. Step up in weight class. Step up to the challenge. And the thing is, once you start winning, you'll get more confident. Next thing you know, all the things you thought that were working against you, your height, your skin color, your this, your that, you all of a sudden realize they're not nearly as big as you had once made them because you got the confidence on 9,000 because you are a winner. My boys are winners. You are, whether you're already there or whether you're just getting started. Over here, just win, baby. Just win. Peace.